It all started with this pounding on our front door one crisp morning in Willowbrook Meadows, just outside LA. Boom, 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 like they were about to bust right through. I was standing there in my ratty old robe, coffee mug halfway to my lips, thinking, what the hell now? And through the peephole, I see these four guys decked out in what looked like knockoff SWAT gear, but with HOA inspector slapped across their backs in big white letters, cheap polyester shining in the early light. Ridiculous, right? But my gut twisted when I recognized the leader. Our neighbor from across the street, Rick Harlan, that smug bastard who'd been giving us the stink eye for months over our backyard fence. Emily, my wife, she just strolled up behind me, cool as ever, tying her hair back like it was no big deal, and whispered, "Let me handle this, Mike." I cracked the door, chain still on, and Rick steps forward, sunglasses hiding his eyes even though the sun's barely up, hand on his hip where a pistol's holstered, fake authority dripping off him like sweat. "Open up, Thompson," he barks. "We've got reports of violations, and your wife's coming with us for questioning. Neighborhood security's no joke." I glance at Emily, her eyebrows arch just a touch, like she's amused, and she says, calm but sharp, "You got a warrant for that, Rick? Or are you just LARPing as cops this morning?" His crew shifts awkwardly. One guy coughs to hide a laugh, but Rick's jaw tightens, fingers brushing that gun. "I don't need paper to keep this place safe," he snarls. "Now step aside, or we do this the hard way." Emily doesn't budge. Her posture straightens just a hair, that quiet steel in her eyes I've seen before but never questioned, and she turns to me. "Mike, call the sheriff's office. Tell him we've got armed impersonators on our porch." Rick's face flushes. "You're making a mistake." But she fires back, "No, the mistake's yours, buddy. And it's about to cost you." And just like that, with a neighbor snapping pics from down the street, they back off. But I knew. This was no petty spat. This was the spark to something darker, something that'd unravel the quiet life we'd chased here. We'd moved to Willowbrook 2 years back. Emily and I, both in our mid-40s, burnt out from the LA grind, me engineering bridges that never seemed to end, her, well, she called herself a security consultant, vague enough that folks nodded and moved on. We wanted simple, tree-lined streets, kids biking till dusk, that unlocked door vibe. Our craftsman house at the cul-de-sac's end felt perfect. Big yard for her workouts, garage for my tools. First weeks were bliss, barbecues, evening strolls. And that's when we met Rick. Tall, fit, late 30s, all smiles and handshakes, claiming he was a local deputy and HOA safety head. He helped fix my sprinkler, complimented Emily's garden, even threw a welcome party where he dubbed us the ideal newcomers. His cruiser parked out front made everyone feel secure. Neighbors bragged about having real law enforcement next door. But man, how fast that flipped. It kicked off with the fence. We needed privacy. Old wooden one was rotting, so we got permits, surveyed the line, hired pros for a solid 6-foot vinyl setup, all legal, city code allowed up to 8. Rick started watching the crew like a hawk, arms crossed, then showed up at our door one night in a polo with a phony badge patch. "Hey, Mark," he says. Always got my name wrong. The prick. "Mind dropping that fence to 4 feet? It's killing my street view from the kitchen." I tell him politely. We need the privacy. Emily works sensitive stuff from home. His smile thins. As HOA rep, I prioritize harmony over your whims. Think about it. Uneasy knot in my stomach, but I brushed it off until the fake lawyer letter hit our mailbox, heavy stock, threatening $500 daily fines for aesthetic violations. Emily reads it once, shakes her head mid-push-up. They can't touch us. We're compliant. But I call the firm. Turns out it's forged, a federal crime. That night, she's quieter, stepping out for hushed calls, using words like perimeter check and asset relocation, stuff that made me see her differently, how she always scanned rooms, chose seats facing doors, moved like every step counted. Neighborhood turned cold quick. Waves stopped, folks crossed streets, notes appeared. Work with us for harmony, or sharper. Outsiders don't get how real communities run. Different hands each time, but Rick's fingerprints all over. Emily collected them in bags, filed away, her eyes sharpening. Then he amps it. Sidewalk emergency meeting in front of our house, 20 neighbors, him with a sign, "Security chairman," pointing at our fence like it's a bomb. "This blocks sightlines, hides threats," he booms, then drops. "I've dug into Emily Thompson. Classified job, confidential files, could be a national risk." Murmurs ripple. Folks edge back. I'm fuming at the window, but Emily whispers, "He just sealed his fate." Her calm hit a storm. I didn't know yet she was the county sheriff, keeping it secret for our safety. But that night, after his crew tried a 2 a.m. inspection with power cut and fake uniforms, she faced him down. "Show paperwork or get off my property." Rick puffs up. "I'm the law here." But she steps forward, badge pin glinting. "You're trespassing armed. Leave or end up in cuffs." They slink away, and that's when she tells me over tea in the kitchen, "Mike, I'm the sheriff. Elected last year. Kept it quiet to avoid enemies. But Rick's crossed into felonies. Now he's my case." Heart pounding, I absorb it. Her years in the force, the risks. But she dives in, laptop out by dawn, uncovering Rick's real name. Richard Hale, priors for impersonating cops in Texas and Arizona, fired from security gigs for bullying, linked to Victor Kane, a shady developer scamming cop and military families into selling cheap. "It's not the fence," she says, eyes narrowing. "It's control. Pressure him out, flip properties for profit, reshape neighborhoods near bases." Motive clicks. Rick's jealousy of real authority, mixed with Kane's greed, targeting us because Emily's clearance made us high value. We install hidden cams, tree branch, garage eave, and bait him. Vague HOA posts about county gear storage, fake memos left visible. Cameras catch him snapping pics at dawn, meeting Kane in a black SUV, whispering, "This proves she's hiding assets. We'll force him out before delivery." Emily smiles coldly. "Got the link. Now we spring the trap." Climax hits at his dispute resolution meeting. 30 chairs on our lawn, hot afternoon. Rick strutting in polo and aviators, flanked by goons. "The Thompsons defy standards," he declares. "Fence is a hazard, and Emily's activities scream threat. I've got proof." Emily steps up. Blazer on, voice even. "Show your badge number, Rick. Public record." He laughs it off, but she fires up the projector. County roster. No Rick Harlan, receipt for costume badges to his address, footage of him spying, audio of him plotting with Kane. Crowd gasps, murmurs turn hostile. Rick's cool cracks, face red. "She's lying. You don't know her files. She's dangerous." Hand drops to his gun. Screams erupt. Chairs scatter. He levels it. "Shut up, all of you! She's trained to kill!" Emily doesn't flinch, steps forward. "Worst mistake ever, Rick, pointing at a sheriff on camera." In a blur, she disarms him. Wrist strike, barrel twist, gun fires skyward. Drops him face down, zips his wrists. "You're under arrest for assault, fraud, impersonation." Neighbors clap, stunned. Deputies swarm, haul him away as he spits. "You were marked from day one. More coming." His goons bolt, but task force nabs him, then Kane in Vegas. Unearthed scams hitting 50 families across states. Not just money, but influence near key sites. Weeks later, Willowbrook's transformed. HOA reformed. No fake badges. Emily teaches safety classes. Kids hero worship her. Plaque on the playground honors truth standers. We sit on the porch, fence still up, sipping tea, and I ask, "Regret blowing your cover?" She pauses. "Secrets protect sometimes, but truth builds armor, and this place needed it." Yet that postcard arrives. No sender, just stopped one. Others wait. And Emily files it, calls contacts, eyes distant. Is it over? For the block, yeah. Peace reigns. Friends swap pies. Kids play free. But that van rolling slow past, driver lingering. Probably nothing, she says. But we both know silence can hide storms. And honestly, after this, I wonder, was Rick just a pawn in something bigger, some shadow network eyeing folks like us? Makes you think, how many neighborhoods hide wolves in HOA clothing? What about you? Ever dealt with a bully neighbor or shady HOA? Drop a comment. Tell me if you think justice hit right, or if communities need more like Emily. Share your story. Let's chat.